Hi, welcome back to Glinda Good Tarot. This is a Celtic cross spread for Virgo for the last half of November. I've been shuffling like crazy. I'm just going to continue to cut the cards until this feels accurate. Now I may shuffle again. So November 15th to November 30th. Let's just see what is here for you to know. All right. Let's get started. Nice. Okay. Just turning these right side up. I do not read reversals. Interesting. So what wanted to fly out was the Death card. So there will be a big change, probably for the best. I really like the Death card. We'll get some more information about that, but it really represents a fully clean slate. So your current position is the Eight of Pentacles, and the challenge to that is the King of Cups. So the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, being at labor in some way. That could be romance or finance, but you're working steadily, voluntarily. And usually the Eight of Pentacles means that you've hit a stride of comfort where you can put your efforts in and know that it's going to get you somewhere. So what crosses that is the King of Cups. The challenge to that is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a master of emotions. And so I wonder right now if you're having something go on in your work life. I would have to think so. That there is a challenge to this, what normally seems like a really easy, steady effort towards work. That the King of Cups, being in the challenge position, is that your emotions aren't allowing for this, or you're desiring change. Here in the very near past is the Hermit. So I definitely would say that in some way you've gone within, maybe to find out what's true for you. A little period of darkness, of not really knowing what's true, but a desire to find out, right? The subconscious desire, the feelings under the feeling, though, is the Fool. One of my favorite cards. Going into something brand new, feeling excited. So I would say that this in your subconscious is probably more of a desire to be in the energy of the Fool. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be excited. I'll have everything I need for my journey. There's a spiritual aspect to the Fool, actually. Lots of bright yellow, but lots of white, too. White in the sun, his loyal companion, white dog. So that would be the subconscious. And what's at the top, and your crown, the more obvious, is, is it worth it? Is what I'm doing worth it? Kind of looking back at all that you have done. There's definitely something happening here, I would say, in the realm of your career. These things, I suppose, could be messages for a relationship if you're relating to it in that manner. But with all of these pentacles here, it seems that it's a career and finance issue. Very clear message here. So as we go up the staff in your position of where you're at, this is a little bit where your resources are at. It seems like a point of indecision. So normally where some strengths would show up here, some kind of asset, an attitude that you can use, and if we do apply the Two of Swords to that, it seems like you're really at a crossroads trying to make a decision. But you have two swords in your hand. You can definitely cut the blindfold. And the moon suggests, and the water suggests, that you're really trying to go in and intuitively feel what is going to work, what's going to be true for you. And then as we climb here, the next card is the Chariot, which has more to do with external factors, the environment, what might be influencing you. I wonder if there's a desire for you to be holding the reins, leaving the comfort zone, trying something new and exciting, challenging yourself to find the right balance of passion and practicality. I say that because of the black and the white here, holding the reins of the light and the dark. So trying to achieve balance. I wonder if there's a desire for that, or if your influence around you is such that you're feeling pressured to be this. But this is the environment, the external factors, the things that are influencing you right now. So perhaps other people saying, oh, you should be like this. Or perhaps it's for you that like, oh, I should be like this. And then too, you have to ask yourself, is this really what you want? Is this accurate? The next position, hopes and fears, is that you will be walking away from norms, right? This is always an interesting card, I think. Hopes and fears is where this placement is in the Celtic cross. But in this case, it's perfect. My hopes are probably to walk away from norms, and we have the moon again. My hopes are probably to walk away from the norms, from what I've known before, because I'm not getting the feeling that what you've been doing in the past has been very satisfying. However you've been doing or the ways you've been doing, money and career. So I hope I'm walking away, but I'm also afraid, right? Leaving what's familiar behind. Interesting, though, in this card, there's always the fact that this person has everything that they need as they're walking away. They're dressed well. They're stocked so they can, leave behind. The moon again suggests to me that you're still seeking within to really find out. Interesting. Think about this death card again. So the outcome, the possible outcome, is the Five of Pentacles, which unfortunately tells me that this matter won't be decided by the end of November. And you may feel frustrated by that. I'm feeling like this is your way out. There is something very clean slate that might need to occur. And going back to a childlike, my favorite thing about this card is that there's a child offering the Death Rider a flower. So, to be interested, what a clean slate that is. The child doesn't know to be afraid, doesn't know to be angry, concerned. The sun is rising in the distance. The Death card can mean a lot of things, but my personal intuitive reading on the Death card is full clean slate. So that is releasing the past, releasing ideas, right? Walking away from traditions and norms and getting really clean slated so that you can have clear thoughts without being clouded by the prescriptions that your culture, your past, your family, your city has prescribed for you. And again, unfortunately, I don't think this matter is going to be settled by the end of November. So I hope that that's okay with you. And this is a feeling of being disappointed, of worrying about money, a feeling left out in the cold. I would say don't let that get to you. Again, I think that this is a result of hanging on to old ideas that need to be dealt with, kill them. So the last time I looked at this card, I was so very aware of these two people moving forward, moving ahead. And so I would say just keep putting one foot in front of the other and don't feel left out in the cold. This seems like again, like one of those normal things, like I should have figured it out by now. Why are things like this? When am I going to get the answers I seek? But all of that is going to keep you from what you want, which is to find out what's true for you and accurate. Again, because this is a card, this is what resources you. This is an asset. This is your attitude. And, it looks, you're carrying 2 swords. It's very powerful. This is the invitation here. Find out what's absolutely true for you. I'm just realizing I missed a card in here. Well, I have to assume that this was read the way it was supposed to be. So had I laid these out in order, though, this would be your outcome card. Okay? Your very next card is the Ace of Swords. And underneath, the overarching energy is the Page of Pentacles. A very, very friendly energy, especially where money and finances are concerned. So there's a few more positive cards here. I think your job the last 2 weeks of November is going to be create the death of old ideas, of old structures, of old thoughts around career and finance, and ask yourself what's going to work for you, what's going to feel good, what will be true. And perhaps you are pursuing this feeling here. And this says that if you're courageous, you've already won. So maybe the courage is in the waiting and finding out what's really true, instead of jumping into the very next thing that arrives. Or if there is an opportunity, maybe you jump in courageously and you find out if it works or if it doesn't. And no big deal, right? No big deals anymore. I hope, Virgo, this has helped you with a little information about the last 2 weeks of November, what you might be working on. And again, the Page of Pentacles underneath as the overarching energy, another bright yellow card, an invitation, hopeful, helpful, a messenger. Very nice. And then too, had this all come out exactly in order the way it normally does, the Ace of Swords, a brand new idea, a brand new thought, brand new opportunity. If you think of it, I would love to hear a comment about it toward the latter part of the month. And if you do like this, please do like, share, subscribe. It means a lot. I'm glad you were here. I'll see you next time.